Hi Cancer, welcome to your July read. Let's see what's coming in for you this month. I'll be doing a Celtic cross spread with the Rider-Waite Tarot, pulling some clarifiers with the Wild Reflections Tarot and a couple of oracle cards for you. All the decks have been shuffled. I'm just giving this deck one last quick shuffle to get your energy into the cards. Okay, heart of your spread. Ooh, the Two of Swords crossed by the Three of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles. You've got the Wheel of Fortune in your recent past. The Queen of Swords. Oh no, the Nine of Swords. All right, we'll see what that's about there. The King of Wands, the King of Pentacles, the Four of Wands, and the Eight of Cups in your outcome. That's actually a really beautiful card in that position, especially considering where you've come from. Okay, bottom of the deck, we have the Eight of Wands. This is another one that's popped up quite a few times. I was about to say the Three of Cups has come up in almost every read, and there she is. Okay, the King of Cups, the King of Swords, Temperance. Wow, you've got a lot of higher supportive energy with all of those court cards and that beautiful Temperance underneath that Eight of Wands, as well as that Three of Cups. We'll get to that in just a sec, though. First, I'd like to pull a couple of oracle cards for you. So first, from our Enchanted Forest Oracle, we have the Bridge. Believe in the infinite possibilities of the universe. Wow, that is beautiful. I love the images in these cards as well. They're so mystical and evocative, really beautiful. Okay, so these are the energies that are supporting the read overall. And from our Spirit Animals Oracle, wow, look at this. This one is literally called Infinite Possibilities. It's the unicorn. And we just had the Bridge saying, believe in the infinite possibilities of the universe. So you need trust and belief that you have infinite possibilities. You are this incredible unicorn energy. Amazing, amazing. Okay. You are the sovereign of the seen and unseen worlds. The magic of love surrounds you. Beauty transforms you. Listen to the spirit's flight. Abandon the darkness. Go beyond the ordinary and become the legendary. Wow, Cancer, I love this. You look like you have a bit of energy to deal with this month. As I said, it's looking like, especially this line through the center, it's looking like you're going to be in a really good place at the end of it. There's just something you need to process. It seems like a big processing month, July. Everyone's going through it, so you're not alone in this. But wow, these two cards are really wanting you to remember that you are infinite. You are this incredible mystical unicorn. You have a connection to the infinite possibilities and you can create the life that you want. Absolutely incredible. Now, the Eight of Wands, this is also part of the overall energy for the read. And this is asking you to keep yourself open to new information coming in, new messages, new communication, a new shift of energy. You might get a sudden rush of energy that you want to put towards something. It might even feel like you need to change direction. You might get a push in a new direction, or it might just be pushing you forward on the path that you're already on. Underneath that, I have to mention this. I mean, the cards underneath the bottom of the deck card are usually sort of in the background. They're not quite ready to surface, but they still have an influence. You've got the beautifully balanced King of Cups and the clear-minded, clear-headed King of Swords, and you're wanting balance here. That Temperance is wanting you to balance those energies. But this Three of Cups, coupled with this Eight of Wands, it's feeling like this is some kind of... It's like, I've had this so many times in my reads for this month. There may be an invitation coming to you. It might be coming quickly and out of the blue, and it's a really positive energy, some kind of invitation to a social gathering or a reconnection with friends, maybe a kind of reunion or just a cup of coffee with a friend. Whatever this is, these cards are really suggesting that you go for it, that you take this opportunity because it's going to lighten your load and give you a burst of energy in a new direction or along the path you're already on, as I said before. That's the energy that's supporting you for this month. So at any point, there seems to be a social aspect to this month, which is uncomfortable for an introvert like me. But I got it for myself as well. There's a sense that if the opportunity comes in for you to connect with people around you, and it's mostly people, but I have been saying, even if it means reconnecting with your animals in a new way or your hobbies, it's more of a social connection, but those aspects are part of it as well. But if those opportunities come in, please do take them because they'll just bring a lightness and a joy and a heart connectedness that you feel like you might need as you move through this story of July. So keep that in mind, Cancer. Now let's have a look at this main spread. In your recent past, you have the Wheel of Fortune. This is such a big card. This card of destiny has come in. The wheel has turned. You have probably felt the weight of this. And if you haven't felt it on the surface yet, it is playing under the surface. It is weaving your world, your life. It actually, the other thing with the Three of Cups is these are the three fates who weave your destiny. And connected with this Wheel of Fortune, this is telling me that something is really being worked on below the surface for you right now. Your destiny is being woven. Your life is being crafted in whatever way was fated for you. And that's a wonderful, amazing thing, but it can mean that there's a bit of confusion or discomfort or loss of aspects of your life as these fates shift your timeline to suit your destiny. So if you've been on a timeline of disconnection from your true path, things are going to have to start shifting in your life to get you back on track, which is, as I said, it's a great thing, but it can be uncomfortable. It can be a little bit stressful or messy, and you do have some indications of stress, confusion around here. So the first indication of that is in the heart of your spread, you have the Two of Swords. I actually really love that this is in that position because this is offering you this choice. And obviously, I'm wanting you to choose the path that destiny wants you on. This choice it's asking you to tap into your intuition with that moon in the top corner. She's blindfolded herself and she's cut off her heart. Now, in some cases, it's a really good thing to block off your emotions to hear your intuition if your emotions are filled with anxiety and confusion and stress. If you're too stressed out, if your emotions are too loud, you can't hear your intuition. But there is an important note to make that your heart should actually stay open. So her crossing her swords over her heart is just an indication to quiet the emotions. It's not actually saying to close yourself off. Please do keep your heart open, especially because of that Three of Cups under there. We want you to have the joy and the connection from the heart space, because that will actually help you connect with your intuition. But these two swords, they're pointing straight up to the sky. She's receiving the higher spiritual downloads, the higher wisdom, the messages from your higher self, from your guides, your angels, from the universe to help you see which direction to take. She's obviously blindfolded, so she can't see herself. She needs the guidance from something higher than herself, which is why this wheel has turned, because whatever path you've been on, it hasn't been quite right. This card is asking you to now make a decision to get onto your path. If you don't make this decision, this wheel is still turning. It'll just mean that your path is a little rockier, a little harder to travel. And if you don't know which path it is that you need to take, this is saying just trust your intuition. Try to surrender. It's like an internal surrender. You're not fighting, you're not resisting, and you're not actively going towards something. You're just kind of open and receptive to whatever comes in. That's the best way to approach this kind of decision if you genuinely cannot figure out which way to go. There's a real open receptivity to letting go, to that internal surrender. So as much as you can do that, this destiny wheel will make your journey much easier for you. Okay, your challenge position is the Three of Pentacles. Along with this Three of Cups, this is an interesting challenge. There may be challenges with some of the people around you. There's some kind of group project or work that you've started undertaking. It feels like the shift that might need to take place that's possibly causing you this stress and anxiety. It's possible you've started a new job or a new project within your current job or a new hobby, or you've got a new group of friends and you've sort of been working towards a common goal, or this is just at the very beginning stages of starting something new. But whatever this is, there's some kind of, it does actually feel like a bit of a resistance here. A little bit what I was talking about with that Two of Swords. There's almost a resistance to open up to these people or to let things just play out the way they're playing out. So that level, that resistance, even if you can see that things aren't being done the right way, or that you feel like it could be done better, or that there's a better path to take, or maybe you shouldn't have done this in the first place, whatever it is, this card is saying to try to let go of that resistance. You're getting it at the bottom of the spread card as well with that Four of Pentacles. if you can let go of that internal resistance, so let go of that sense of, I feel like this could be done better, and just take your hands off the wheel a bit. Let the situation play out for a little while before you engage too fully. Because if you put yourself too much into this, that's where this anxiety is going to come in. That's where that stress is going to come in. And whatever this is creating this resistance, this situation. And that's why this destiny wheel could be a little bit more challenging, because it feels like things need to shift. And that's why this wheel is turning. Whatever this Three of Pentacles is, it's possible that by the end of the month, you are going to be walking away from this actual situation, or it could just be some aspect of it that falls away. The less you resist, the easier this will be to navigate. You don't have to walk away from it immediately. You don't have to resist or fight to make change that you know needs to happen, because it feels like nothing's going to happen until this wheel turns fully, and all it's going to do is create stress in your life. So as difficult as it can be, try not to resist, try not to fight or argue, even internally. It'll just make things a little easier for you. And just know this, with this wheels turning, it's in your recent past position, but this is an influence that's pushing this whole story throughout July. So it is going to change, especially with that Eight of Cups in the outcome. Crown of your read, you had the Queen of Swords. This is so beautiful. You are seeing clearly. You have a lot of clarity around this issue. That beautiful bird there is that freedom of thought. You are actually getting a higher wisdom, a higher insight into what this situation requires, which is why you're feeling this resistance and this frustration, because this is just a Three of Pentacles. This is just a very low minor arcana. This Court card is much higher. You've got much more clarity, wisdom, knowledge, insight, and perspective on this situation. But for whatever reason, the people around you or the situation itself is not adapting to your vision. You do have a very clear vision of this. That's where that letting go of that resistance needs to come in, because it's just going to cause you stress. I think I've said that a lot of times now, but I just really want you to know, because this is for the whole of June. So it's going to take a little while for things to play out, and you might not remember this read or remember these messages. And I just want you to try and have it planted somewhere in the back of your mind that if you start feeling stressed out and frustrated and anxious about this situation, that you might get just a reminder somewhere in the back of your subconscious, that's right, just let go. Things will play themselves out eventually. You will get through this. The bottom of the spread, as I said, this Four of Pentacles is sort of another indication for me that there's some internal resistance to this. I actually got a resistance to change. So there actually may be some shift or change that's happening within this project or this group setting, whatever it is, that feels uncomfortable for you and doesn't actually feel like it's in alignment with what you know is the best way forward. And you're trying to hold on to your understandings, the processes that you know work. It's not a bad thing. It's just that this particular card is just showing that this resistance has got quite deep in you, which is why this Nine of Swords has come up in your near future. It's just a card of stress and anxiety, a lot of anxious thoughts going on. This is just a mental overwhelm. And if you're coming from this really high-minded perspective and seeing how good this can be, and all these lower energies are holding you back, that's an extreme push-pull that is definitely influencing this Nine of Swords energy. If you're getting pulled from really high up right down to this lower level uncomfortable energy, it is going to create stress. It is going to create a bit of anxiety. So again, in the challenge position, as much as you can, try to let go of that inner resistance. Trust that if this doesn't work out, it was never meant to work out, because this Wheel of Fortune knows exactly where you need to be, and that Wheel of Fortune is guiding you through this read, through this month. Yes, another Court card. You have the King of Wands in your current energies, your advice position. He's a card of action, and he's bold and courageous, and he takes big steps. What I find really interesting is that with everything I've said, this is asking you to not resist, but to actually take action where it can help you. You've all of these cards, they're all minor arcana. Then you've got these Court cards here that are saying you've actually got a lot of power and ability, and you've got these infinite possibilities available to you. So take action where it's actually going to make a difference. Don't pour all your energy into something that feels like it's never going to change. If you're feeling like you're hitting a brick wall, it's time to take a step back and shift your energy in a new direction. That's very much what that Eight of Wands is saying as well. And if you need to take a little bit of time, do some socializations, have some play, go and try out a new hobby with friends, or just do something that connects you with your heart, lets you have a little bit of fun and gets you out of this situation, and definitely gets you out of your head. This King of Wands energy is really putting the ball back in your court. It's just saying, because of this story that's playing out, make sure you know the best way to direct your energy. You have a lot of energy available to you and a lot of movement and action available to you. Just direct it in the way that's going to best serve you. And again, if you can't see which way that is, try and just take a step back, connect with your intuition, and have that bit of socializing. That King of Cups wanted to pop out again. So it's about finding that emotional balance. When you're emotionally balanced, you'll be able to see things more clearly as well. You'll be able to feel your way through all of this more clearly. There are infinite possibilities available to you, which means that there's not just one place to put your energy. Find the places to put your energy that actually bring you joy. That's the best way forward. The King of Pentacles. Now, this is another court card, but this is in your external factors. There's someone around you who has a lot of grounding and a lot of abundance in their life. I'm actually getting quite a positive energy for this. This feels like someone who's not really connected to this situation. This is someone who's kind of satisfied and contented with everything that they have in their world. And if you can connect in with their energy, you'll find a lot more grounding yourself. This will help get you out of your head. There's a lot of heady energy with that Queen of Swords as well. This King of Pentacles will help ground you in a much better way than this Four of Pentacles, which is holding on too tightly. The King of Pentacles doesn't need to hold on to anything. He has everything that he needs. He has more than he needs. He's just full of abundance. So find this person or these people in your life or this situation around you. It does feel more like a person. The court cards do tend to represent people coming into our lives. If it's not a person though, it's some kind of situation. Like I said, it could be some new hobby that you start, some group that you connect with. That just gives you a bit of grounding and takes you out of this messy energy, these noisy thoughts, these anxieties and stresses. The King of Pentacles energy will help you direct your own energy into something more positive, which is exactly what I was hoping you would do. Now, the Four of Wands in your hopes and fears position is suggesting you're ready to start a new phase of your life. You want something to shift. Because it's only the Four, you don't want like a massive shift. This feels like you're ready to just take the step towards maybe a new phase of your career or a new phase of a relationship. Whatever it is, it's like you're ready just to take the next step into this next phase. It's not like a massive internal spiritual awakening kind of step. This is something you really, really want. And I feel like there's that, I'm getting that same sense of frustration, that internal tightness that's coming up in relation to this, because you want to move forward, but you've got these two fours here. One is full of resistance. The other is opening this gateway, this 1111 gateway, and that's the one you want, but you're not able to right now. It's that inner resistance that I'm asking you to try and let go of. You know what it is you want. You've got the clarity and vision. This is what you're wanting. You want to step forward into something new. You want this shift to happen, but it's not happening yet. And that's part of the resistance that I'm asking you to let go of. That, I know it sounds like I'm saying you're resistant to change. It's more of a case of you're resisting what is right now because you want this instead. If you can let go of fighting what's happening right now internally, if you can let go of that frustration and annoyance and anxiety about being stuck in a situation that's not changing when you can see something that's so much better, if you can let go of that, this wheel will start turning faster and you'll be able to move through this more easily. Again, if you start feeling that anxious yearning for this new step, for this something new in your world, connect to that grounded energy around you. Allow yourself to be a bit more social, something that's more heart-centered, heart-based. And ultimately, you're going to be moving away from all of this. This Eight of Cups is so great in this outcome position for what I'm seeing for you during this month. It means you're walking away from what no longer serves you. You'll finally get a bit of clarity by the end of this. You've got the clarity you need, but it's obviously you can't see exactly how to move out of this. You can see how this should work better, but this Queen of Swords is being directed into this lower energy and causing this anxiety. This is telling me that by the end of this, you're going to probably see that actually whatever this is, or what some aspect of whatever this is, it's not going to work the way you can see it should work. And you're going to finally recognize that the best way forward is to move away from this, to walk away and just bring something brighter and better into your world. Okay, I hope that makes sense, Cancer. Let me pull some clarifiers for you. I would like to pull on those two center cards to begin with, the Two of Swords and the Three of Pentacles, just to see if I can get some more information on that for you. It'll sort of include that Four of Pentacles as well, because that is part of that inner resistance that I'm feeling there. And then we'll get some more clarity on that Nine of Swords. Let's have a look. Wow, the Sun just popped out. And wow, okay, the bottom of the deck right now, we have the Wheel of Fortune, so she's come in twice. Amazing. I'm going to leave the Sun there just for a moment. I'm not going to interpret it. I just want to see what else comes out. I just want to see where this is going. Okay, we've got another Three of Pentacles. Incredible. That's amazing. You've got doubles again. Whenever you get the same card twice, really pay attention to it because it's emphasizing the message that's coming through. I feel like this is one of those messages that I've had before in a read where it's like there was so much potential for this project, whatever it was full of possibilities, success and joy. It was right there on the horizon, but you're in a situation where you're needing to work with other people and it feels like that's sort of dragged this energy down. It's planted it more in reality, but it's also kind of held it back quite significantly. That's what's causing the frustration, because you, with this clarity, with this Queen of Swords, you can see this potential in that Sun. That's why you don't want to let it go. And I completely understand, because if it was going to be that good, why would you want to let it go? But it's just not seeming to work out the way you envisioned. And that's obviously what's causing that stress. Okay, we've got the Seven of Wands. Interestingly, in this deck, this Seven of Wands reminds me a lot of the Eight of Cups. This is a sense of you having to lay a path to walk away from this, to just move away from it. Even if you can't see exactly where to go next, it's like she's uncomfortable with where she is. She's looking behind her, is like, this isn't great anymore. I'm going to lay my path, cross this river and make myself safe on the other side. This is basically reiterating everything I've already said. This situation started off really, really good, and that's why it's hard to let go, which is what I was saying. And it has been dragged down by, obviously, the other people involved in it. And you can see that it didn't need to be that way. It doesn't need to be that way, but it just doesn't seem to be moving in the way that it should or that it could. And this is saying it may be time to just get yourself out of it. Even if it's not the full Eight of Cups yet, this is the step before that. If you just use this King of Wands energy just to take a step away, and in some cases, it's just that internal step back. Just sort of saying to yourself, I'm going to, as I said before, release the grip on the steering wheel of this situation and just let it play out for a little while longer, and then we'll see where we go next. Really interesting. I'm going to pull on that Ten of Swords just to see if I can get any more clarity around that one for you. Oh my goodness, you keep getting repeat cards. You've got the Four of Pentacles again. This is, again, reiterating what I've already said. This anxiety is related to this inner resistance, this need to sort of hang on to this vision that you had with the Queen of Swords and the Sun of something that could be really, really good. You don't want to let it go, and that inner resistance is causing this anxiety. Pull another couple of cards. Wow, the Chariot, really amazing. This is, with clarifying this Ten of Swords, this is saying that it's time for you to take the reins of this situation, not the actual situation, the circumstances that are causing the anxiety, but take the reins of your own mental health. It's time for you to make the decision about how you want to drive forward. He's moving very fast, but he's got two horses. They can pull in two different directions. What you want to do is get those horses moving in the direction that you know is best for you. That's why that King of Wands is here. this is the kind of action you need to take to step away from this Nine of Swords energy. It can be a big internal process, but there are a lot of external things you can do to support this energy and release this mental anguish, this stress, this anxiety. And it's all everything I said before. It's about grounding yourself, connecting with the people around you that give you that groundedness and that socializing, that play, that fun, hobbies, infinite possibilities. One more card for that Nine of Swords. These are great cards clarifying these sort of lower energy messages for you, Cancer. The Six of Wands, yes, I love it. You're going to be victorious. This is such a quick shift. So yes, there may be a period of stress and anxiety in your near future, and it's coming from this internal resistance, but you're going to take the reins and you're going to be so successful at shutting down this anxiety, this stress. This card, this beautiful Six of Wands, is all about victory and recognition and success. It's so positive. This is exactly the kind of action I wanted you to take when I was saying, I don't want you to take action to try to keep this project alive when it's obviously causing you stress, but about taking action to get rid of that internal stress and release that inner resistance and that anxiety. Oh, amazing. Wonderful. I'm going to pull 3 cards. I like pulling on the outcome card, so we'll pull 3 on the Eight of Cups, just to see if I can get any more information on what might be coming in for you in the future. Oh my God, this is amazing. You've got the Wheel of Fortune again. So you've got the wheel at the very start of this story and you've got the wheel at the very end of this story. How incredible. That's what this wheel is driving you towards. This is your destiny. This is the story that needs to play out so that you can walk away from this and this wheel will shift really quickly and bring in the actual path that you're supposed to be on. Oh my God, I love that. That's so awesome. Sometimes the tarot just amazes me. I love it. The Star card flipped out. 2 major arcana already. Wow. That star is about hope and promise and possibilities. It's about laying the foundations for your wishes. You're going to be fine. When you get to move away from this whole thing, this whole situation, you're going to create space within yourself, within your energy. And the wheel is turning, your destiny's coming in, and you'll be able to lay the foundations for your wishes to manifest. You can make the wish to the universe. And like I told you before about keeping yourself open to these infinite possibilities, releasing that resistance in you, and just be in a state of sort of surrender, that internal surrender, that will allow the universe to respond to your wishes and bring in all the promise and all of this hope and possibility to manifest as something tangible for you. I love this. What an amazing read, Cancer. And the cards are just popping out all over the place. You're going to have the King of Swords by the end of this. King of Swords with the Queen of Swords. What this is telling me, because the King of Swords is much more of an external, a yang kind of energy, whereas the Queens are more internal, they're yin energy. This is telling me that your clarity and your vision is going to become more manifest once this shifts, and it's going to be much more appreciated. What I love about this particular King of Swords as well in this deck is he's a very action-orientated King of Swords. Normally the King of Swords is very mental. He's got his whole body is pointing this direction from this high spiritual wisdom with that eagle on his hand, and his whole body with that bow is pointing the direction for you to take next. And that is towards your wishes and towards your path of destiny. I love this. I love this. This is amazing, Cancer. Now, at the bottom of the deck, we've got the Nine of Wands, which makes a lot of sense. And the Fool, it's a brand new adventure. Yeah, the Four of Cups. Time for meditation. And with that Nine of Wands, there may be a need to just take some time out. You might even need to have a little bit of a break, like a little holiday or a trip away, just to step, like it's part of this Eight of Cups energy. You're walking away from something. You might need to literally move away just for a little bit of a break to help separate your energy from the situation. It doesn't need to literally be a trip away, but there may be a need to just really take time to rest and restore your energy. Find happy, sweet, gentle, peaceful things. You don't even need to do all of this socializing at this point by the time you get to this end point, because it might be a little draining for you being around people. Not necessarily, but if it is, just take time by yourself, restore your energy, read a book, watch a movie, hang out with your pets, make some yummy food, whatever you can do to just comfort and restore your inner self so that you're ready for this beautiful new phase of your life. I love this. This read is awesome. These reads for July are so incredible. They're such intense, long, big stories. And I'm so excited for you, Cancer, because this is looking like it's going to turn out really well. Okay, I'm going to pull 3 final message cards for you from the Rider-Waite Tarot. Gosh, these cards really flying out today. The Hanged Man, absolutely. Take time out, gain some higher perspective. You've got this higher wisdom. This is asking you to take a step back from this situation and see things from a higher perspective. That's what I was asking you to take, that internal step back with that 7 of Wands, that internal step back, taking your hands off the wheel and just finding a state of inner calm, that inner Zen space, so that you can see this from a higher perspective. When you're in this space of kind of inward suspension and resistance has been released, this wheel will turn and all of these things will shift. And then you'll be able to see which direction you need to take and gain victory over those anxious thoughts. So amazing. Okay, 2 more cards. Okay, wow. We got the 3 of Cups on the bottom of the deck as 2 cards flipped out. Amazing. Yeah, again, this is just reiterating that having some socialization, some play, some fun will be really supportive for you during this month. And I think this card has come up in literally every read I've done so far. There's such an energy in July for all of us to connect at our heart level with the people that bring us joy. And there's also such a sense of the fates weaving our destinies at this point, and particularly for you, Cancer, with those 2 Wheel of Fortune cards. This is a really important time for you. This is a big process you're going through, but you're going to be really great by the end of it. The 2 cards that came out were the Knight of Wands and the Page of Swords. These are really great cards. This is saying just allow things to go at their own pace. Everything I've said already, let things go. This Knight of Pentacles, the Knights are all cards of action, but the Knight of Pentacles is one of the slowest cards in the deck. He takes things one step at a time. He plants the seeds and then he waits for them to grow. That's all you need to do, Cancer. You've planted this seed. You can see the way that things need to be. If you can take this step back and let things play out just in the time that they need to, you'll get a fresh new perspective with this Page of Swords, and this sweeping wind, this sweeping energy of shifting and changing will come in and help you move through all of this amazing energy. I'm so excited for you, Cancer. What an awesome time. These cards just were flying out for you today. They really, really wanted to speak to you. So I hope you get something from this message, and I hope you have an amazing July.